Maplewood was an old neighborhood, lined with ancient oak trees and grand mansions built a century ago. The town's homeowners association, HOA, prided itself on maintaining the charm of these historic homes. But there was one house no one spoke of, the Maplewood Mansion. For nearly 50 years, the mansion had stood silent, abandoned after the strange death of its last owner, Mr. Gregory Langston. Rumors said he was found locked inside one of the rooms, from the inside, but no key was ever discovered. That mystery had made the house infamous. When Emily Parker, a young property manager recently hired by Maplewood's HOA, was asked to inspect the mansion for a potential sale, she didn't hesitate. Curiosity burned in her mind. She had heard the stories as a child. Now she would walk its empty halls herself. On a cloudy autumn morning, Emily arrived at the mansion. Its massive iron gates squeaked open as she pushed them. The house loomed like a forgotten giant, paint peeling, windows cracked, ivy climbing its walls. "Looks worse than I thought," Emily muttered, gripping her flashlight and stepping onto the creaky wooden porch. Inside, the house smelled of dust and old wood. Furniture lay under dusty sheets. Chandeliers hung with cobwebs. But what caught her attention immediately was the grand staircase leading to the second floor. The house felt watchful. Room by room, Emily documented everything for her report: broken mirrors, faded wallpaper, shattered glass. But as she reached the second floor, she found something strange: a locked door at the end of the hallway. It was massive, made of dark oak, reinforced with iron. Unlike the other doors in the house, this one was untouched by decay. Its brass handle gleamed. "No one said anything about this," Emily whispered. A metal plaque above the door read, "The Master's Study. Do not enter." Her heart pounded. Was this the room Mr. Langston had died in? She tried the handle. Locked. Suddenly, from behind the door, she heard a faint tap, 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 as if someone gently knocked from the other side. Emily froze. "Hello," she called, her voice trembling. Silence. The tapping came again. Then a whisper. "Help me." Emily's skin prickled. She turned to run but stopped. Lying on the dusty floor was a brass key. Where had it come from? Against all instincts, Emily picked it up. It felt strangely warm in her hand, like something alive. "I should leave," she whispered. But curiosity, stronger than fear, dragged her back to the door. She slid the key into the lock and turned it. Click. The door creaked open. The room was dark, lit only by the dim gray light from a cracked window. Books lined every wall, ancient tomes with leather bindings and unreadable titles. A desk stood in the center, papers scattered across it. And sitting in the high-backed chair was a man. His face was pale, gaunt, eyes staring straight ahead, frozen, unmoving. "Gregory Langston." Emily gasped, but he didn't move. His mouth was slightly open, as if caught mid-sentence. His fingers clutched the arms of the chair. He was dead, long dead, yet perfectly preserved. Then, his eyes turned toward her. Emily stumbled back. "You opened the door," he whispered, voice dry as dust. The door slammed shut behind her. She was trapped. Emily's heart pounded as Mr. Langston's corpse, or whatever he was now, spoke. "I waited so long," he rasped. "You're dead," Emily whispered. "Yes," Langston said, his cracked lips barely moving. "Dead but not free. Cursed by the room. Trapped here, by my own greed." Emily backed toward the door, twisting the handle, locked. "The key won't work again," Langston said softly. "This room, it only lets you in. Never out." Her knees weakened. "What happened to you?" Langston's hollow eyes stared into nothing. "I made a bargain long ago with the house itself. Knowledge, power, immortality. But the price." His bony hand lifted slowly, pointing to the books. "My soul bound to this room. I can never leave unless someone takes my place." Emily's breath caught. "Take your place?" He nodded. "One soul must remain for the next to go free. That is the law of this house." She shook her head, terror rising. "No. I won't stay here." The shadows in the room deepened. Whispers filled the air, curling around her ears. "Stay, stay. Let me out," she cried, banging on the door. Langston's gaze softened. "You have a choice. Take the book, the Black Ledger, and claim the room as yours. You will live forever, as I have. Or find the hidden key, the one that breaks the curse." "Where is it?" she gasped. He smiled faintly. "The ledger knows. But beware, the house watches. It does not let its prisoners go easily." Emily turned to the desk. Among the papers lay a small black book. Its cover was cold to the touch. She opened it. To break the curse, the first page read, "You must offer the house a soul of its own choosing." What did that mean? A sudden noise. The shadows moved. The walls shimmered. And then she saw them. Faces in the dark. The lost souls of previous victims, staring, pleading. The house must feed. They whispered, "Give it someone or stay forever." Emily flipped the pages. On the last one was a strange metal symbol and words. "The key lies beneath the master's chair." Heart racing, she shoved the chair aside. A loose floorboard creaked underfoot. She pried it up, and there, covered in dust, lay a small silver key. Langston's voice rose in warning. "That key frees you, but the house will take another in your place. It always takes one." Emily glanced at the door. The key in her hand. Freedom so close. And then her phone buzzed. A message from Mark, her boss in the HOA. "I'm here. Just arrived. Coming inside."
No.
The house needed a soul. It would take Mark if she escaped. She stared at Langston. "What did you do when you escaped?" "I let them take my wife," he whispered. "The house demanded it. One soul for another." Emily trembled. Could she damn Mark to save herself? Footsteps echoed below. Mark was climbing the stairs. The door pulsed, as if sensing her choice. Run or stay. She made her decision. Emily rushed to the door, shoved the silver key into the lock. It turned. The door creaked open. "Emily." Mark called from downstairs. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "Forgive me." As she fled the room, the whisper screamed. Shadows raced past her, toward Mark. His terrified scream rang out as the door slammed shut behind her. The house had its soul. Emily stumbled into the sunlight, gasping, tears on her face. Maplewood Mansion loomed behind her, silent again. She was free, but at what cost? As she walked away, her phone buzzed. A message, no number. "See you soon. The house remembers." She looked back once, and for just a moment, the window of the master's study glowed faintly red.